Hey guys, welcome back. Today on The Untidy Artist, we'll be making a Halloween fairy door. I love the fairies, you may have noticed. Please check out some of my other tutorials for Halloween, my fairy witch and my beaded spiders. I was super inspired to do this tutorial when I was at the craft store and I saw all sorts of fun stickers and scrapbook embellishments for Halloween, and I thought how fun would it be to decorate a fairy door for fall and for Halloween. So let's grab our supplies and get started. The first thing you'll need is a small piece of wood for your door. I found these at the craft store. They came in a pack. It was about $1.50 for 3 or 4 of them, and they measure about 3.5 by about 2.5 inches. You just need a small shape for the size of your door. It can be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. Be creative, just whatever your craft store has that's about that size. If you have any problems finding the little wooden shapes, please let me know in the comments below and I'll see if I can find some links to purchase them online. The next thing you'll need is some craft paint, just some acrylic craft paint to paint your door with. And I have this in 3 different colors of purple and then a black. And then you'll need something to mix your paint on and a little foam craft paintbrush. And then some Halloween embellishments. I found these cute little brooms. The scrapbooking section of the craft store is a great place to check. Different gems, sparkly things. Be creative. You'll need something for the handle, something to go as an embellishment at the top of the door, and then different little hinges or little grooves at the bottom of the door. I thought the shape of these 3-dimensional bats would make a cute handle. The dollar store is also a great place to check. And then you'll need a glue gun. I like to set mine on low. Alright, the first step is to paint our door. So I'll be showing you a technique today on how to give your door the painted look of like a wood grain, which I thought was really fun. It kind of makes, with the purple, it kind of gives the door an old antique-y look, like it's a little bit worn down. So grab your lightest color, and you can do this green, orange, black. You can use different browns to make it look like a natural wood. And just paint your door the lightest color that you've chosen. So I've got my lightest color of purple here, and I'm just going to evenly paint my door with a single layer of that lightest color and let it dry. So I have 3 colors of purple total here. I've got my lightest color. I'm going to put the darker color of purple right next to the light color. And then I'm also going to add my medium purple. So I have all 3 purples. And then I'm also going to put a dab of my black paint down on my little piece of cardstock here. And you'll only be using a little bit of the black, so you won't need to put very much down. Okay, now using that same brush that we painted the door with, to do this technique, you're going to dip the brush in all 3 colors. So I like to just make sure that when I pour the paint down, they're really close together. So when I dip it into the paint, I make sure that it covers all 3 of the colors. And then I'm just going to start dabbing it gently onto the door. And I'm going to continue dabbing it on in different spots on the door. And you want to do this several times because you want a lot of paint on the door. Also, when I dab my brush into the paint, sometimes I'll move it around a little bit so it's not always getting the same pattern of the paint on the brush. So at this point, you've only been adding the purple paint to the door. So now we're going to add a tiny bit of black. So I just dab a little corner of my brush into the black, and then I kind of tap it down on my cardstock, and then I dab it onto my door, just in a few different spots. We don't want a ton of the black on the door at this point. Okay, now I think this is the fun part. So grab your brush and you're going to gently drag it through the paint, and I'm going to start in the middle here so you can see what it looks like, but just gently drag it down through the paint, and you can see all of those colors start to blend together to give it a kind of wood grain look. It gives it an almost antiqued look, which is just perfect for our Halloween fairy door. Now just go back over the door, and any spots that need a little more paint, just dab a little bit more of your paint onto the fairy door and then drag the brush down in the different spots you've just added the paint to. The key is to not over mix the paint on the door because you want it to keep that grainy effect where you see the different colors. So just remember not to overdo it and not to take the brush through it too much, or it'll give it a muddy look and it'll make it kind of all the same color. And we want that variation in the colors. The nice thing about these doors is if you mess up or if you don't like how it turned out, just let it dry and start over, painting with the lightest color and then dabbing your colors on again. It does take a little bit of practice. Make sure that you go over the sides lightly and then just let your fairy door dry, and it's time to embellish it. Now, the most important thing any door needs is a handle, and this can be as simple as just a little thumbtack, or I have this little scrapbook rhinestone embellishment. Here's a cute little leaf that I thought would make a fun handle. And then, like I said, I found these really fun three-dimensional bats that are actually gemstone stickers, and I thought this would be a darling handle for our door. Next, you'll want to put a main embellishment on the door. I found these tiny little wooden pieces that had sayings on them like spooky and wicked. Even a gemstone works really pretty. It almost looks like a window. So I thought this green gemstone would be fun. It's just an acrylic rhinestone. And using my glue gun, I just attached it at the top there. And then we're going to add some hinges for our door. So these are, once again, I think these were $1 for the entire pack of them. They're just little rhinestone stickers. And I thought 3 of these on the side would be pretty hinges for our door. So I'm just adding 3 of those down the side. And using your glue gun or any type of craft glue that you have, make sure everything is adhered to your door. One thing to remember when decorating your door is that there's no wrong way to do this. Just use your imagination and be creative. And that's it, guys. Our spooky little door is complete. These are a lot of fun to make. I think this would be a great craft for a Halloween party. Just get together, get a whole bunch of different embellishments and some different paint colors and different sizes of doors, and be creative. Please post any comments or questions you have below. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Give this a big thumbs up if you liked it, and as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.